Myanmar's most popular opposition party, the National League for Democracy, is barred from participating at all. In 2020, the last time there were elections, this party swept the polls. They are led by Aung San Suu Kyi, who's a Nobel laureate. And almost immediately after those elections, when the results came in, the military staged a coup. They barred the NLD from contesting and from even existing at a party, and they threw the party's leadership in prison. Aung San Suu Kyi has been in jail all these years, and she hasn't been seen or heard from for many years already. Now, the other problem is the civil war that is happening across the country. Since the coup, a civil war has been raging between dissidents and the military, and this means that there are large parts of this country where elections are not able to take place during today and the following phases that will occur. We're talking about millions of people who will ultimately not get a chance to cast their ballots. More than 60 townships out of a total of 330 will not have an opportunity to go to the polls. So that again casts a shadow over the legitimacy of these elections. And finally, there is an atmosphere of fear. International observers, many of them have not been allowed into the country to observe these polls to ensure that they are free and fair. Foreign journalists like ourselves have been given visas and have been allowed to report. But since the moment we landed here in Mandalay, we've also been under heavy surveillance. We've had at least 3 people follow us at various times over the last few days. So these are not your typical elections. Early in the morning, they opened at 6 a.m. We did go have a look, and people were trickling in at that time. It wasn't a rush. As the day progressed, by mid-morning, there were lines. As you can see behind me, we're at a polling centre, and there are lines of people that are lining up to cast their ballots. But locals tell us that this is very different to how things looked in 2020. At that time, they say people were lining up around the corner before polling centres had even opened their doors at 6 a.m. So we're seeing a very different scenario today compared to elections that were considered more democratic in the past. The military has been a pariah state ever since staging this coup, particularly in the international community. In the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, for example, this is a body that has representation from nations across Southeast Asia. Their membership has been demoted to an observer status since 2021. This is concerning to the government here, of course, to the military. As much as they have talked about not caring what the international community thinks, that these elections are for the people of Myanmar, it's certainly a strong consideration when they decided to hold these polls. They want to be folded back into the international community. They want to be recognised as a legitimate country, as a legitimate government here.